things. Like, for example, here, maybe you can eliminate some answers. Maybe, you see something, you don't necessarily need to do the direct thing to be able to get the answer here.
A.
It is A. Did you foil it or did you notice something?
I foiled it, but I just foiled the -4 and 5 because,
Right,
yeah.
right. Did you notice something that's different about them or the same? Am I coming in loud and clear, normal
Yeah.
quality? Okay. All right. So let's try a new question here. So this is in the same category of questions. You have a choice. You can either direct solve this one, you can try the answers, maybe you can do something else that we've talked about. Take a look at this, or if you want, I'm happy to give you a hint. Um, you're trying to decide truthfully, like whether it's better to solve or try the answers based on how many times you have to put in the numbers, which is 4 times, which is a lot.
So do you want me to just solve it normally how I would?
It's up to you. I'm just sort of pointing out that if you try the answers, you got to put them in 4 times. That's a lot. Like I mean, it's still doable. It's just it is a lot. It's up to you. You could foil, move stuff around.
Um,
Yeah.
is it C?
Yeah. So I was sort of trying to get you to solve it directly, and you're saying it's C. We'll take a look at that. One of the things you should notice if you foil both sides is you get
Oh wait,
some
no, it'd be
cancel.
A, sorry.
Um, You get some cancellations, yes, and that helps. You don't want to substitute number in 4 times. I mean, in the worst case, you've substituted it in 12 times because you've done 3 of them, and there's a lot of places you can make mistakes. So yeah, you end up getting 10x equals 10, which is x equals 1. So I really think you should consider how many times you substitute it in before you do that. All right, now new question here. And it's kind of like one we already did, where we really want to look at the answers first. Okay, which of the following is equivalent to y plus yz? Let's look at all the answers. 2x, they all have 2x squared. 3 of the 4 have minus x, but they all differ in the last term. Okay, so how can we do this? One of the things I notice here is that y plus yz is really y times 1 plus z, and y is the x plus 1/2, and the next one is 1 plus 2x minus 3. Now we already know that if we FOIL, we only need to care about the last term. So if we can make this into two binomials, we can get that last term. So if you want to kind of carry out this problem from here and see if you can tell me the answer. So what I'm kind of hoping you give me an answer by now because you don't have to multiply everything. You just have to multiply the last two numbers, the L. And that becomes 1/2 times -2, which is -1.
Oh,
That's your final answer. Like you could FOIL it, but you already know the first term's gonna be the same. If three of the four have the same answer, it's probably that one. So you're really just looking at the last one. All right. It's too easy, too easy. All right, so here is a new problem for us to look at. This is a lot like what we've been doing, where there's a way to make this where you don't have to write out and do everything. You just have to work on the part where it actually um, there's only one part of this that actually matters. So it says, what is the value of AB? And you look at the answers, those don't stand out. So it says the equation above is true for all x where A and B are constants. Okay. AX plus 3, 5x squared minus BX plus 4 equals this. So there's some product in here that gives you AB, right? Like it's this times this gives you minus ABX squared. You agree with that?
yeah.
Okay. Question is though, is there anything else that gives you an x squared term? And that's kind of the what you're looking for here. So 3 times 5x squared definitely gives you an x squared term. That's 15x squared, like that. Is that okay? How we have come up with that? Like, I'm not going to multiply it all out. Like, that's what they want you to do, but that's not necessary. So now, like what we're doing is we're setting this equal to minus 9x squared here. Let me know if you're still if I've lost you or you kind of see what we're doing to get this.
Um, I'm a little confused.
Okay. So again, like what I don't want you to do, and this is unfortunately now we have to do this because it's what you're sort of expressing to me is we have to actually multiply out what's on the left, which is extremely time consuming. And as you know, like it really is a huge waste of time in these tests. But we're gonna multiply everything by AX. You're gonna have 5AX cubed minus ABX squared, multiply the next one, plus 4AX. Then we're going to take the 3 and multiply it by the x squared, the 3 times the bx, and the 3 times the 4. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if we add all these up, you get 5ax cubed minus abx squared plus 15x squared plus 4ax minus 3bx plus 12. You only care about AB. You only care about AB. So AB is here, but it's tied to an x squared term. And there's an x squared term. And on the other side of the equal sign, there's an x squared term. So you set the terms with x squared equal to each other. And I flipped them so that it looked a little nicer, but it's 15 minus AB. They both have an x squared equals minus 9. Like these are the x squared terms. Yes, no, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're solving for AB, which is a little weird. That's another thing I like to show in one of the classes is that sometimes you solve for like something different than a variable. You solve for either a product or double the variable or triple the variable. You don't always solve for the variable. So AB ends up equaling 24.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, let's go back to a couple of easier ones and then we'll move on to maybe another harder problem. So take a look at this one, please. Let me know what you come up with.
B,
How did you get B?
because 3x squared times x to the power of 4 is 3x to the power of 6 and is the only option.
Right. Okay, here we go. Here's another one for you to look at.
C?
It's only C. C is the only possible one because there's three terms, so it has to be
Yeah.
that. And that's something else you can look for as well. All right, so the next problem here is more like the one that we spent quite a bit of time on, and I guess as much as I really don't want you to do this, we do. I want you to foil the left-hand side, please, and let me know what you come up with, just for the left-hand side foiling.
Uh, ABX squared plus 7AX plus 2BX plus 14.
Okay, very good. And so this equals 15x squared plus cx plus 14. So what the way I see it is that AB equals 15, 7a plus 2b equals c, like that. Is that okay? The way we've done it? Is the
Um,
try and color code it here, maybe that will help.
yeah.
So that helps. And then we got, this equaling this. Basically just drop the x or the x squared. Okay, now we have some additional information here that we can do, or now we can do the rest of the problem here. This is going to combine some things that we've already done. So it says here that equation for all values of x and a plus b equals 8. What are the two possible values for c? So here's the correct way to do this problem, is to figure out two numbers that multiply to 15 but add to 8. What could those be? Multiply to 15 but add to 8.
A.
No, no, the two numbers. What are the two numbers? No, forget about that. No, 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 that don't look at those. So I shouldn't have done that. That's always happens. I always forget that on this problem. Okay. Okay. So give me those numbers, but don't say letter A. It's gonna be what are the two numbers that multiply to 15 but add to 8?
5 and 3.
5 and 3. Okay. Those have nothing to do with C. What is C? C is 7 times A plus 2 times B.
I didn't know that A is 3 and B is 5.
You answered the question already. Two numbers that multiply to 15 but add to 8.
Like, how do you know that A isn't 5?
Oh, you mean how do you know which one is it?
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, good question. So you don't. which is why, so the thing I was trying to avoid was having you give me A as the answer, because A is the most common wrong answer, meaning whenever you get letter A, you should really question yourself, be like, did I actually get the right answer, or did I just get an intermediate answer? This is an intermediate answer. And you're right, we don't know which one is A and which one is B. That's the whole point of this question. That's why they say what are the two possible values for C, because you either get 31 or 41 as your answer. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's see what else we can do here. We looked at that one, another problem. All right. If we can do that. Sorry, they just get really difficult. All right, well, I'll just work this one out for you. Okay. It says in the expression above, A is a constant. Okay, great. If the expression is equivalent to bx, so I don't know why they don't just say that, but this is equivalent to bx, where b is constant, what is the value of b? So we need to FOIL and go from there. So it's 4ax squared minus 4x plus 4ax minus 4 minus x squared plus 4 equals bx. Now, what is encoded in this that may not be clear to you is that it's really on the right-hand side, 0x squared plus bx. But that doesn't, that could matter here, but it's 4ax squared minus x squared plus 4ax minus 4x plus 4 equals 0x squared plus bx. So to do this, we know that 4a minus 1 equals 0. And then we know that 4a minus 4 equals b. So when we get that a is 1/4, we can put that in here to find b, and you end up getting b is -3. And you do see if you will see at least one question like these where you are expanding and then comparing the coefficients. Any thoughts on that before we close out here today?
Uh, no, I think that makes sense.
Okay. All right.